Okay, welcome to session 10. We'll start with a brief recap as usual of last session, and then we'll kick right off with you guys waking up on a bright sunny morning. So, last session, the group made their way to investigate the seemingly haunted vineyard house, leaving the barn where they had been terrified. I want to say the night before because we've done this over 3 sessions, but it was actually only a matter of minutes, really. The party decided to split up, with Jacob and Devon investigating the storeroom, where Harmony, one of the vineyard staff, was last seen. As the two investigated, Devon found a ring underneath a mixture of crates, and as he ducked out of sight to retrieve the ring, and his light became obscured, Jacob felt a familiar presence of the malicious entity that had been bothering him for the last 2 sessions. And as he backed towards the door, a sudden force pulled him down and held him prone on the ground. Devon re-emerged with a light in response to the screaming, and Jacob was promptly released. Got to his feet just in time to see Devon dispel the light that was keeping them safe, flooding the room with blackness. And Jacob was again immediately pestered by the creature. Devon relit the light, and the creature flew at him, dealing a painful blow, which resulted in Devon becoming markedly weaker. The party decided to cut their losses and run, and head to the assumed safety of the nearby orphanage, which used to be part of the estate that Calbor's grandfather or great-grandfather had given away. Upon arriving, they were met by an elderly, middle-aged, I guess, motherly elf woman called Helethria Ashbreath. We didn't get to her surname, but that's what it is. Helethria told the party about some of Melody's history.
Spoilers.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the name.
I just had written. I don't think it's relevant or gives you any useful information. Yeah, she told you something about Melody, implying that the young woman had some form of ability or power and often behaved peculiarly. I don't know why I've got a numb tongue today. Anyway, Helethria advised the party that the deacon would be arriving on the morning, and would probably provide some information that she wasn't able to, given his learning and experience with these kind of things. While preparing yourselves for the evening, after a very, very long day, Devon discovered that his lute provides a +1 to performance, as it was sold to him. But it does come with the additional limitation that he would not know what song he was playing, and we clarified, I think, but if not, just now and forever on the record, that he would believe he is singing song A, but it could be any song in existence that he's actually playing and people are hearing. Temerity went and naturally just had a bath in the orphanage, as you do. And while there, he sensed that he was being watched. He returned to the group, who had kind of camped out inside, I think, the main dining hall. And he found Melody stood outside the room, kind of standing by the door with her back to him. He spoke to her and invited her in, and entering with Temerity, Melody spoke with the group, sat with them and chatted for a while, about some of the strange happenings that had been going on, and what she described as her ability to see souls. She informed the party that their souls were particularly interesting because they fit the parable of the 3 brothers that is common across all of the many realms, but with variations, of course, for different cultures and times. As the party rested up for the night, Jacob once again heard something move outside the room. Temerity had the same experience that he had had over previous nights, of something wanting to communicate with him, but not being able to. And they all had a fitful, resting night's sleep, and woke up early the next morning, which is where we find ourselves now.
Oh. We got to clear this shit away before breakfast. What time is it?
Hopefully before 6:40 or whatever the time is.
I think you promised to be up at 5:45.
Let's hope it's 5:45, and that we're not going to
It's
horde of
5:40, we
children
gotta
banging
hurry.
on the door for their breakfast.
Okay,
I wanna-
well, Timothy, you get up and just start working.
I want to look at the gnome. What is his name? He keeps escaping me.
Calbor. Calbor of
Albor.
Nim.
Calbor. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna look at Calbor and assuming he's awake. I'm really. Where's my voice gone? Oh my god, wrong way.
Sounds more like Calbor
Hello,
than
Elliot.
Jacob.
I'm really surprised you've been sleeping so soundly on this bench.
He looks up at you, rubs some sleep from his eyes. Oh well, he kind of goes a stretch. He says, well, it's it's not a bad bench, and I didn't really want to complain given the alternatives. It's I suppose part of being an adventure, isn't it?
I guess.
Yep. Sleeping in orphanage dining rooms is. Well,
I'm just
it's
impressed.
It's the first time I've done that.
Oh really?
I'm
This is
just-
a first for you. Well, I didn't find it so bad. Got kind of a bit of a cocksure attitude about himself. I think he likes that you're including him in with the whole adventure thing.
Humouring him.
So, what's the plan, team? Breakfast?
Timothy takes out the dog armor. And starts fucking with it. Throughout the morning.
So just to clarify two things. Dog armor is the armor that you took off the bandits
Dog.
in Brigand's Bog, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And by fucking with it, you mean...
Like changing it into something.
Oh, okay. Right.
Taking it apart,
You're tinkering.
repurposing it. Yes.
Okay, yeah, you pull out this like leather-studded dog harness thing, and just put it down in front of you on this
I pull out the harness,
table.
look and wink at Jacob. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing for a while.
Just winking at me.
Yes,
One really
but I'll
long
spell
wink.
Really long wink.
You think I might have fallen asleep?
Yeah, I can only see one eye from my side.
Okay,
Stay to
Temerity
your side.
sets to work. You quite quickly put the room back into the state it was in. The curtains that frame the dais at the southern end of the room, quite big musty curtains. You pull those aside and you get a nice autumn morning. It's quite a pleasant view. Looking out, you're kind of at the crest of a hill, so you can just about see a misty kind of valley below you and some trees going off into the distance. Very, very picturesque.
Hmm.
It's
Well, as someone who basically works in a cave, that sounds delightful.
it's a few minutes. You kind of, Temerity, you just about get all your stuff laid out and start pulling at bits and imagining where other parts could go. When you hear a gentle rattle on the door, no, not rattle, like rat-a-tat.
For all of my knives simultaneously. No, yeah, I mean, did we lock it? I don't remember
I
if we
think
did.
Jacob,
Regardless, I think someone may just be being polite. I imagine that Helethria, even if it's her knocking, she's probably got a key. So, Devon heads over and unlocks the door and opens it wide and to see who's there.
you open this door and you look down to see a ruddy-faced, red-haired little boy grinning at you. His front right, what's the big tooth called? Incisor? missing.
Mm.
He just smiling up at you.
Are you my new dad?
You're not Halethria?
No, but she said that you have to give us a bloody dining room.
All yours, mate.
Oh.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
He
this
just
little
stands
prick
there.
will walk in and see it's completely immaculate. We did a really good job cleaning up.
He hears movement in the room. He kind of tries to not sidestep you, Angus, but he's trying to see who else is in the room and what's going on.
Oh, that's right. As I said, it's all yours, mate. I stepped out of the doorway to let him pass. So it's completely unhindered access.
Oh, thank you. He walks in, has a look around, sees what Temerity is doing on the table, gets a concerned ruffle in his eyes. I'll go tell them that it's ready. And shuffles off down the corridor to the left.
Do you want to know what I'm doing with the arm?
Me as the DM is very concerned. But in terms of characters in the game, this doesn't seem too out of character for Temerity.
I'm just thinking ahead.
Always plan ahead. Good. A few more minutes go. Calbor kind of gets up and cautiously makes his way over to where Temerity is tinkering. And just stands what he certainly is more than an arm's reach away, and folds his arms and just observes. And you hear the sound of dozens of small, fast footfalls making their way. Above you in the dormitory room, you just hear like a commotion, and then a stream of noise coming down the stairs. And like a school of fish, Devon, as you look back towards the door, you just see 30 or so small to middle-sized children of various sorts kind of swarming their way in. Just barging through the door, spilling in. The chatter and the noise. They almost don't seem to notice you as they kind of part around your significantly larger form and take up seats. Temerity, you see Calbor basically get swept away with this little tile. Just making confused and angry noises to himself. No, what are you doing? No, don't touch that. Help me! As he's kind of moved toward the dice, and the seats just start filling up with practiced performance. And you notice to your left a presence. You see at the corner of your eye a little blonde girl with pigtails who's giving you the stink eye.
Me?
Oh, sorry, no, Temerity.
Oh.
No one would give you the stink eye.
Yeah, just look and smile at her. Good morning.
Hello. You're in my seat.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll gather up my shit and then bring it to like a table.
What's
or
that?
maybe onto the little thing over here.
What is that?
Well, it used to be dog armor.
Why
Imagine
would a
a
dog
dog-
need armor? That's
Yeah,
stupid. You're stupid. I don't like you.
Yeah, it's okay. Feeling mutual, so I guess that's all fine.
You're
You're
stupid. I don't
weird.
like you.
Go
What's
over
this
there with your
sea
dog
of-
armor.
Once to see if like children have
He's getting bullied.
fed into this dining room, Jacob. So Devon's gonna just sort of duck out of the room and head towards the bathroom.
I really thought because of the character. You meant to the bar.
The bathroom.
Okay, yeah, you kind of it's settled down surprisingly efficiently. So you're able to quite easily leave the room. As you do, you see you see Helethria and two slightly older children, and Melody, being older still, walking towards the dining room, carrying trays laden with all sorts of breads and some cheeses and flagons of various liquids, no doubt to be devoured by the small plague of children. Yeah, and you make your way down to the bathroom. You find it, from the directions you were given yesterday, significantly brighter than it was when you saw it last. Yeah, nice. That kind of sulphur smell hits you again from the natural spring that's warming the water in the bath. Some slightly more unpleasant smells from the children's, daily ablutions. But it's you've definitely been in much worse bathrooms.
Yeah, I sort of that just cleaning the blood off me from where I'd been severely injured the night before. Just sort of sit and enjoy the quiet and the warm water for a while.
Yeah, you at first, as you get in, you're kind of cleaning off this blood. It does as blood does. It seems to be like a lot more than you think it is once you get some water on it. But this bath being built for quite a powerful merchant family has some kind of filtration system in it, so the water actually cycles through quite quickly. And before long, you're just in a nice clear, but that kind of milky clear that you get in natural springs bath. And you get a sense, like an obvious sense, that you're being observed.
Here we go.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. It's not even the kind of relying on an ability you have. It's just kind of blatant. This feeling that comes over you.
Don't be fucking creepy and watch me from wherever you're watching me. Go get your breakfast or something.
All you hear is the sound of a like faucet dripping.
Hello? Don't
No,
be
no.
weird.
You just get the slight echo of your own voice as it kind of hits the higher points in this stone and tile room.
Fine. And at that point, I just like I get out. Can I see anyone watching me?
Can I get a check, please? Perception. Or investigation.
Let's get these out of the way early.
5s, you mean? Yeah, so you
shit rolls.
You look around this room as you're kind of grabbing a towel. There's the big frosted window at the south of the room is letting in a lot of light. You have a look around. You don't see anyone. You check in the kind of lavatory area. There's no one there. Behind the screen, no one there. You don't see anyone or anything. It's just that sense. And it's not a sense of threat. It's more like just a blunt force, you are being observed feeling. Like you're under a microscope.
I redress, feeling very self-conscious suddenly, and head back to the dining room, just like, fine, I'm done. Fucking look at me, weirdo.
Okay, you get back to the dining room just in time to see Temerity still being harangued by this little girl.
I moved. Is she still fucking around with me?
Oh, if you've
What
moved away, no, but she, like, her and the two girls sat either side of her are clearly whispering about you, kind of like really bitchily. And you're just sniggering every so often, and
Tiny bastards, yeah.
dirty looks from like these 8-year-olds.
It's okay. I pay them no mind. I imagine Timothy's dealt with slightly worse than an 8-year-old girl.
I don't know. I think 8-year-olds can be pretty brutal.
I mean, that's true.
I have some
They
transformations.
find what's bad about you and they just needle.
As you're kind of, let's say, sat on this raised platform area here in some semblance of safety, Calbor comes over. Oh wait, sorry, I'm being an idiot. I don't actually have Roll20 open with me as the GM. I only have it with for the stream. One second while I log back in. So, Calbor comes up to you. He's got a bit of like a frayed. His coat's like buttons been stretched out. One of the collars is just hanging kind of limp. He's looking at it, feeling very sorry for himself. He sits down with a big. What a day! It's only just started.
Well, I imagine it's gonna get quite a bit worse. So, get ready.
By worse, you mean what exactly?
While I talk to him, I grab Jacob's hand, and I take a good look at it, and then I drop it. Well, I'm still not entirely certain what we're about to be fighting. So let's just hope nobody dies.
When you say we, you mean in the royal sense, of course. You're not actually expecting me to fight it, right?
You would be a liability.
Oh, thank. Oh wow, that's a relief off my chest. Of course, I'll render all the moral support I can. But yes, liability. That's a very good word for it.
Yeah, you stay out of it.
Okay, fine. Well, that's perked me up a little bit. Drinks? Anyone? Water? Milk?
Yeah, water.
Water? Merity?
Yeah, sure.
My treat? Very good. I'll get some for
Absolutely.
Devin as well. He kind of wanders off. Kind of girds himself a little bit, straightens his back as he prepares to enter the throng of children and retrieve water for you all, just as Devon walks over to the group, looking refreshed, if a little bit concerned and embarrassed.
Oh, you look better.
Yeah, it's amazing what bit of water will do.
What, am I the only one that's not had a bath?
Yeah.
Smells like it.
Oh, I know a noble here. But no, well,
Probably wouldn't recommend going.
you're noble,
into-
right?
Who are you talking to?
The gnome. Oh, he's gone to the war, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like, yeah. Never mind. He doesn't hear me.
Do keep an eye out if you get to the bathroom. I got the distinct feeling I was being watched, which was weird.
What do you mean?
Well, what do you mean? What do I mean?
Like we got a perv in here?
That's yeah. It
Given the
maybe.
state of things, probably a spirit or something. I
No,
felt like I was being watched last night too.
maybe a pervy
Oh,
fucking
no.
spirit. I don't know. It was watching me. I couldn't see anything. I got proper. Could tell someone.
That's
felt like someone
okay.
was watching.
I'll just wash myself with a glass of water. It's fine. It's all right.
Hey,
All right, but I mean, next time we
got a subscriber.
get you a bath, we need to get you a bath.
Hey.
Thank you, ERH, which just happens to be my wife's initials. Definitely not a pity subscribe.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
Look, we didn't even have a did we have a subscriber activity
On the
animation thing
stream,
going on?
the little...
There was a little animation, yeah.
Hey, Michael's wife, I love you. Take good care of this man.
She's just going to be extra mean to me now.
That's
So-
fine. That's a form of love.
This isn't a time for family. This is a time for escapism, and that means ignoring our relationships and responsibilities and talking more about ghost.
Hey,
birds
wife, thank you, but you don't exist.
Yeah,
for the
fuck
next
you.
2 hours.
I'm immediately done.
Can I use prestidigitation to clean Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, that's normally what it's used for,
yeah.
honestly.
It's like
Does-
he's a bit larger than 1 cubic foot.
I think his skin. If you like,
Yeah, but I mean-
compacted it down, you're only cleaning the surface.
Oh, definitely not. This
Also,
is-
it's a
Get me
cantrip,
on
my
a
dude.
list.
Just cast it a bunch and like hoover over him. Yeah, you don't need to do it all at once.
It's the cubic.
You should leave him like, Two-Face, like half
Human
clean, half not clean.
So, is there any other place in this building that I should be avoiding? Anything else you're not telling me, or is it the bathroom haunted?
At least. Yeah, maybe children's probably taking a long nap. Look how old this building is.
Well, that's depressing. Okay,
Bye.
let's bring it back, guys. As you're, I think Angus might be googling, "Can I clean human skin with prestidigitation?"
Look, I've played like hundreds of hours of D&D at this point. Pretty much the only thing prestidigitation is ever used for is the clean or soil properties. Like, it's what it's used for. Just, you can clean stuff.
I think I was actually looking at the cubic volume of human skin, which has probably got me on a list.
As if you
Yeah.
were told. As you're discussing this and the strange bathroom,
Jacob, you dirty fuck.
Heliathra and Melody bring more food in. Melody kind of gives a half wave at you all as she's kind of dishing out food to hungry urchins and then departing again. And it seems to be a fairly methodical cycle of a conveyor of food.
If I see Melody walking past us again, can I just like hail her over?
Yeah, sure.
Closer.
It's only a few minutes before she comes back in. This time, just carrying like 4 fairly large urns of liquid of some kind. Setting them down.
Melody.
She sees you and whizzes like serpentine through children who are starting to stand up, starting to wash their hands.
And I'm gonna sort of lean in to her ear to speak quietly, to like almost whisper. I just wanted to ask, the bathroom is it safe, or is it haunted?
You can't see this, Carl, but Temerity and Devon, you see her eyes widen. And her skin seems to get... She's already quite a pale woman. Like, the blood seems to run from it a little bit. But she very quickly recovers. Oh, it is, as far as I know, safe. But I have to see to the children. Yes, but if you need me, I'll be around. And
Yeah,
she
thanks.
gives a reassuring smile and a nod to Jacob and a little wave to the others, and goes off and helps a little girl wash her hands and dry her hands.
Well, so Melody's not heard anything about the bathroom being weird or anything.
She definitely looked like she knew something about the bathroom being weird.
Is she?
Yeah. Yeah, but blood ran out of her face and eyes widened.
Oh. All I saw was her hair and her ear, so. Wow, well. Does she look guilty?
You described the look that she gave as a guilty looking look.
No. But guilt is a complicated thing. It was a look of wanting to avoid talking about something rather than a look of not wanting to be found out for something. I think is the distinction between the two.
Right.
Maybe if you ask her out away from the children, you might get a better answer.
Right.
I'll wait till she maybe steps out of the room to get some more food or something, and I'll try and catch up with her and ask her.
Okay. The children have all kind of washed up now, and hang on, 1 second, sorry. That's strange. Yeah, children are all washed up. They're starting to depart, and she's kind of tidying up. And yeah, children are basically leaving. So I don't know if you want to catch her as she leaves or when they're all gone.
Well, if they're going and she's not, then I'll wait till they've gone. If she's going and they're not, then
Okay,
I
got you.
will go up to her.
Yeah, so the children are all leaving. You hear her saying something along the lines of, "Gone now, it's time for your lessons. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of lunch in a few hours." And the kind of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? A patient kind of frustration with them that you get with children.
I know that well. So yeah, I'd sort of catch them like, Melody, can I talk to you a sec?
Yes? What is it?
Well, I know you probably don't want to talk about this, given everything that's been going on. But the bathroom in this place, there's something fucky with it, and I don't want to push you, but I know that you have an affinity with the more spiritual aspects of things that are going on, and but there's nothing to worry about. We're not looking to do anything about this. We just want to know what's going on. I was in there getting cleaned up while everyone was eating breakfast, and I just got this really weird feeling of being watched, and it made me feel really uneasy. It would do a lot to put my mind at ease if I knew what was going on in there.
Oh,
In my most persuasive.
oh, give me a roll then for your persuasiveness.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
It's pretty good. Okay, 11. Just as she stops speaking, she starts to nod, and she smiles a little bit. Oh, that is probably just Timothy. He is a strange boy. He likes to hide, and he has been, places he's not meant to be before. He's a odd boy, but he's harmless.
And just to be, do I feel like she's telling me the truth?
Can I get an insight? No, you do not. You feel that she is using the practice skill of having to explain things in a roundabout way to children, and she's perhaps not used to having to do it to adults.
Still oddly helpful when talking to Devin here.
Now, listen, Melody. I feel like maybe you're not being entirely truthful with me. And I get it, we don't know each other very well. But I would hope that the fact that we rescued you from the vineyard has maybe earned us some sort of level of trust, perhaps.
You are right. You have helped me a great deal. But now is not the time to discuss this. The deacon will be here shortly. He will need to speak to you. After that, I promise, I will tell you what I know. No more fibs. And she looks quite ashamed.
What can you tell me about the deacon? We heard a bit from Helethria, but I always like to get second opinion when it comes to people like that.
Well, he's old. He is about your height, I think, but and she kind of stoops over her shoulders a little bit. He is not able to stand as tall. He's nice. He treats the children well. He taught me to read. He's strange, but most learned men tend to be a bit eccentric. And she kind of looks around to just check that no one, probably Helethria, isn't hearing her talk about the deacon. And he has very bad breath. He eats too many onions, and he is set in his ways, and he won't stop eating onions. The children, they make fun of him for it, and I think he knows, but he doesn't mind.
Onion man, what the fuck?
The shimmy isn't the night.
Thank you. I appreciate your candor, and I look forward to continuing this conversation once we've spoken to the deacon.
Yes, I will be with the children in the classroom. Come and get me when you got done, and I will tell you.
All right. Well, you best go on.
Yes, she gives kind of a I've been caught in a lie, but you're not really mad at me, but I don't want to push it. Kind of awkward smile, and then just walks off.
Go back to the other guys.
Children.
Just like, yeah, no, there's definitely ghosts in the bathroom.
Oh, great.
She started off trying to tell me that it was like a weird kid, but I wasn't buying it. And yeah, she's going to tell us some more after the deacon's been.
Speaking of the deacon, I'm hoping he's worth his robes, or whatever the expression would be for priestly sorts. Jacob, put this on. And I'll show him what I've been making, which is basically just like Cletus gloves, like punching gloves. That attached to the forearm so they're nice and secure. Like hopefully the Deacon guy can, I don't know, give us something or bless them or whatnot. I seem to remember punching ghosts to be quite difficult, so hopefully these can be blessed or something and give us the edge.
All right. What kind of material? What color are they?
Whatever the dog armor was made of.
Dog armor was that really cheap, like the bottom layer of leather. Really cheap. I forgot what it's called. I used to know what it's called. Like dyed inky black, but the ink has run. It doesn't look nice when it's whole, but when you've kind of like ripped it up into shreds and turned it into this kind of like bandage type thing over the arms, it looks kind of cool. And also it doesn't take an inspiration for that.
Hell yeah.
This is
Also,
great.
I would like to make up to 4 of them. 2 for each of us. But even if we can only get 2, that would be great.
Yeah, I think 2 because the dog armor was fairly sparing. It was like non-tactical armor, basically boob armor, but for dogs, which is my new business.
Little dog vest.
I mean, you're finding niches all over the place, Michael. I love it.
This is great. I mean, it's workable.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's hoping it actually works,
What else do you know about fighting ghosts?
That pretty much the extent of my knowledge. Given what you guys encountered last night, I imagine we don't want to get hit. So, if we're fighting multiple of them, let's just try to take one down as much as possible, as quickly as possible.
Do we know what works against them?
The holy men, hopefully. As a fallback, I was planning to use fire if that didn't work.
I guess.
You hear footsteps approaching down the doors open down the hallway, and you see Helethria enter the room, and behind her a gentleman dressed in black robes, with like a white, almost like a poncho over the top. It's quite frayed and old. He looks like when he was younger, he would have been quite powerfully built, but age has got to him. A bald pate with some hair on the side and liver-spotted nose. But got a bit of a glint in his eye, and a winsome smile as he enters. Well, this is Helethria, not him. I see that you've been busy. And she kind of raises an eyebrow and gestures over at Jacob, who's kind of trying on these new leather fist things.
They call it the dog fist at 69. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
A dog, what?
What?
I'm not
Takes
sure
them
I
off.
want to wear these.
Well, on that note,
no.
the deacon is here to speak to you.
Oh,
Oh, good, holy man, we need God.
we need God. You need God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He kind of gives a little bow, and steps forward to offer his hand. I really can't speak today.
I'll reach out with my new gloves.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Deacon Scallion. I've heard quite a bit about your adventures. Lovely gloves, by the way. And you are?
Thanks. I'm Jacob.
Jacob, very nice to meet you.
this is Davin over there.
Oh, hello, Devin. Yes.
Nice to
I'm
meet you.
a musician, I see. Oh, very, very good.
I didn't expect to be doing all the introductions, but I guess that's temerity.
Oh, Tamari, a lovely name. Very unusual. How do you do?
Thanks.
And of
Yes.
course, I know Calbo. How do you do?
Yeah, I thought you would.
Oh, it's very nice to see you again, Deacon. Are things well? Oh, yes, very good. Onion harvest was very good this year. Oh, fantastic, wonderful. I'm going to leave you with these fine gentlemen who are in my employ, and so you must treat them as if their word were mine when it comes to matters of the local estate. And if you need anything, I'll be. I might go sit in on one of the lessons with the children. See what I remember. If that's all right with you three, if you don't need me, looks up.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. Good luck with the whole. And kind of does some weird gestures, like his hands forming a mouth that opens and closes and strangling and he kind of.
I mean, I think we do need him, don't we? Where's he going?
Kinda.
What? And you do?
Well, we certainly need to talk to you. Just try and find out a little bit more about what's going on. What's going on?
When you got time, of
vineyards?
course. Like we if it's now or maybe later or.
Well, if I mean, I'm happy to answer questions here in the safety of the orphanage.
The safety of the orphanage.
Well, yes, it's quite safe, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just an odd thing to say. To specify that you're happy to talk about it within the safety of the orphanage rather than
Nothing's
anywhere else.
tried to kill me in here, and there's things out there that seem quite keen on it. But if
Let's hear a little
Yeah.
bit more about that.
the deacon kind of tried to, well, yes, it does seem rather odd, Master Nim, that your vineyard happens to what was it you said happened, boys? Be haunted?
It seems so. Quite heavily so, I'd say.
Well, you're not implying that I have any knowledge of it, surely?
No, well,
Well, that
I mean-
would, you're a man of religion
best
and
bet, really.
faith, and
Oh wait,
Who are you talking
Okay.
to, Angus?
I realise they are quite similar voices, which is why I wanted to.
I
get
think
Calvor out of that.
I realized that I may have been talking to Calvor as if he were a
yeah,
deacon.
yeah,
That's what I thought
Um,
you
slightly.
thought. Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what's trying to kill the deacon?
I have a very limited range of voices, so it's difficult when two of them are in the same room. Does
here's the
anyone
question.
need Calvor for anything?
No, Calvor can leave. Let's talk to the
Calvor's
deacon.
fine.
He runs.
Yeah,
Right.
the deacons were.
Fuck off, fuck.
In-
Wait,
in
we'll talk
true-
payment later.
in
I did
true
just start getting
blind date
confused the last
style.
minute or so.
Same
I
question.
was like, why do we need
to-
Calvo?
I didn't register
But he is the
Let him
mightiest
lie.
of heroes.
I didn't register it was
He pushed
Cowboy until
over
you
that
put
6-year-old
on
who wouldn't give him
Deacon's
water.
voice again.
Okay,
Until the 6-year-old beat the crap out of him.
you realise
I thought the Deacon voice just kind of faded away, and then he
Yeah,
started
I
speaking
slowly
it again. I
forgot.
was like, wait a minute.
The deacon voice is quite a bit more nasally.
Yes.
Alright, well, Cowboy fucks off. Deacon.
Yes,
Uh,
my son.
You know
That catches
about
to me
ghost
for a
eats.
second.
Oh,
Devin?
ghosts. Well, I know some law. Around these parts, there's always very strange goings on.
Do you know how to
Always
purify
strange
them or
things you say.
destroy them?
Well, with most things of that nature, radiant light is the the called for prescription, I believe. Sunlight will do in a pinch. Many times it's a case of just burning down whatever building they're in, but I don't fancy that Master Nim would condone that approach.
Do you have any light or sunlight? Radiant?
Well, we are on a mountain, so we're blessed with quite a bit of natural sunlight. If I take what you mean as, do I have a way to weaponize it for you to combat these things, which I don't suggest as a course of action. I may have some things back in my abode. Yes.
What sort of things?
Well, I once was doing a stint in Rill. That's where they often send the deacons who are coming up to retirement age before they shuttle us off to these old parishes. And I came across a very interesting fellow, and he had a way of bottling light into a liquid,
Oh.
like golden ink, and when exposed to too much oxygen, it would burst forth into a radiant glow. Very, potent, I should think. I don't know if he
Fascinating.
intended it to be weaponized. The trouble is, I think I've only got a couple of them, and I don't know if those things go out of date. You're welcome to them, of course.
That's fantastic.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, so you wouldn't be able to make more of them, given enough time, would you?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm not really much of an alchemist.
Right. Well, in that case, and this is really a sidebar because it's kind of irrelevant to this thing here, but if you could maybe help me get in touch with the creator of these, I'd be interested.
He passed quite a few years ago now, I'm afraid. I believe he, how to phrase it, immolated himself attempting to create a very large, radiant explosion of some kind. It was quite the talk of the surrounds for a while. Some rather rude limericks and jokes were created.
He was in Brill, you say, eh?
Yes, he was quite a brilliant fellow. Maxie was his name. Good man.
Maxi. Well, all right. Well, if I were to ask about him in real, where would I start?
Well, we were both based out of the church there.
Right.
I don't know
I'd
who's
start
taken it
there
over.
then. All right.
Yes, you may find a lead, and perhaps he left his legacy on to someone else, or someone has picked it up.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the subject. Yeah,
Yes.
we would very much appreciate such liquids to help.
Well, I can return with them this evening or afternoon, if that's convenient.
That would be great.
What?
I mean, we don't mind coming along if it helps you not having to return. We could just pick him up.
Oh no, that's quite fine. I'm here most days, anyway. Helping kids and Ellie. The H. It's hard to say a H without an accent. But I believe that you had some questions about young Melody, that were giving Helly some complications.
Well, yeah, sort of on the similar theme of the spirit world and stuff like that, I guess. Hershey couldn't really tell us much about, I suppose, the full nature of what her
Condition.
Yes. Well, let's have a seat, shall we?
And he walks over and he shuts the door. And then he comes back and takes a seat on the edge of one of these big benches.
It's rather complicated, you see. Young Melody is unique in many ways. She has a cheerful disposition that is very rare, and a wonderful way with the children. But she also has a, what was it that you called it, Master Jacob? A condition, I think, is quite a good name. She has a very limited version of sight, as in a greater sight than the mundane one that we all possess. She has no real magical affinity, as a wizard might, but she has limited ability to see specifically into a person's future. So, other examples of this that are common in the world, or well known in the world, I should say, whereas the Nimue might see what any or every individual might do, or, what realms will connect with other realms after a shift. And then below them you have the Guild of Preceptors, who, just through sheer calculative numbers, are able to make reasonably accurate guesses as to, major events like wars or famines. And then at the lower end of the scale you have those with limited prescience, usually charlatans or, travelling predictors. But some of them, like Melody, are the genuine thing. But she is unique in the kind of insight that she is able to gather. You see, from my understanding and limited exploration of this, lest that I upset her, which is very easy when discussing these things with her, I must warn you, gentlemen, I won't brook the young lady being upset unnecessarily as part of your exploration of this area. She sees either the best or the worst of a person. And it's particularly dangerous because, as far as I can tell, she has no form of shield or protection when she is calling upon this ability. And I have to stress, she doesn't always know she's doing it. Sometimes it is entirely beyond her understanding. She doesn't know what's happening. But theoretically, I believe any powerful enough entity could influence her visions, either for good or for ill. And there are, of course, individuals and groups who would pay a pretty penny for her insight, or, if not able to purchase it, would seek to take it. And so that is why Helly is so particularly protective of her, and why she is here so long after the age where she would usually have gone and been apprenticed, or found herself work in a place of her own.
Oh yeah, so see, I was about to sort of entertain the thought of maybe what if she left and someone would to explore these abilities further, but
Oh,
I guess
I think that would
yeah.
be the worst thing for her. Though, of course, she would be welcome to the Guild of Preceptors in Aximundi City, and they'll recruit basically anyone with the art. But it's more likely that word would get out, and a powerful lord or business enterprise or who knows what would get to her first, and if they can't buy her gifts, it is not unheard of for people to go missing, or worse.
Yeah. She really doesn't seem the kind of person that can take care of herself in such a way.
She is strung in many ways, but she is naive of the world, and perhaps that is our fault for shielding her too much. But she is very dear to Heli.
Halefria seemed to think that maybe benevolent forces that were influencing harmonies. Which one was it? I forgot.
Melody is the one that is traveling with the party. Harmony is the one whose ring you found and has gone missing.
That's it.
Jonah's probably a ghost. That's how
that maybe it was malevolent in her sight, that she thought that she was talking to those that had passed, but that didn't seem to be the sense that Alethria was getting, that it wasn't those people that she thought she was talking to that she was talking to.
Well, that is entirely possible. Heli hadn't mentioned her suspicions to me, which is very strange. But again, I suspect she was attempting to protect the girl. She had, when she was, I think, around 9, we spoke about what she was experiencing and seeing and who she was talking to. And at first it seemed fairly innocuous, imaginary friends. But then it turned darker as she aged. And it became concerning. And then it seemed more or less to stop. And she stopped talking about it. That was about 2 years ago now, I believe.
So did she just stop talking about it, or did it halt?
That I don't know. I would suspect, knowing the girl as I do, once she realized that what was happening was not good, or was causing Heli in particular concern, I would put it past her to hide the truth in order to protect others.
Yeah, seems to be quite common around children, especially. But you much rather hide their troubles than talk about them.
Unfortunately, that is sadly true. But Melody is. It is not like some of the other issues that you would expect. Perhaps if you could gain her trust, as I believe you have, she will be more forthcoming with you than me, who I fear she sees as a doddering old grandfather figure, and Heli, who she sees as an overbearing, well, I want to say mother figure, but sometimes it flitters between sworn protector and warden, I fear.
Can be easier to talk to peers, yeah. I mean, maybe it's just the location, but I'm fully invested in helping.
Well, it's
That is assuming
very good
we
to hear.
survive this spirit situation.
yes. You have a plan aside from me retrieving the liquid light. I hope.
A vague one. Do you have any holy water?
Oh, yes, I'm bound to.
Oh,
We don't
well,
get
perfect.
much use for it around these parts.
Yeah,
but,
well, you're about to.
Well,
I'm hoping we can coat these and basically make a makeshift enchantment so we can combat them. And then I believe we can control the lights both on and off, and maybe draw them into attacking and then being vulnerable.
you plan to punch the spirits.
Yes. With the assistance of holy water, but basically yes.
That's all I'm good at.
Punch them and use the power of music to
Hell yeah.
fuck them up.
Hell yeah, brother.
You are a strange group, but you seem sincere.
You gotta use what supplies you have. I would love to bring a cleric of some renown in with us, but yeah, it's just
You're
us.
not a cleric of some renown, are you?
No, but I'm afraid I'm the closest around these parts. And
And you're
Oh, you'll
far too
come.
no use to you.
No, he's
I'm
not
afraid.
coming. He's far
My-
too valuable to these children. I don't
My-
want to put him in danger.
Adventuring days are quite over, but that's very kind of you to say. I do live for the work I do with the little ones. And he gets kind of a dreamy look in his eyes as he thinks of all the positive ways he's helped people. It kind of comes back to it. So, I've just gone into Cal Warner. So, I guess I should go and get you your armaments, as it were.
That would be
Yeah,
appreciated.
liquid light and holy water would be. Yeah, and I suppose if you've got any, I don't know, like protective amulets of some sort.
I'll have to have a look. I'll see what I have.
I mean, anything you have would be appreciated.
Yes,
You sort of deal and survive.
of course. We need that vineyard as much as a young master. Well, he's not young; he's actually older than him. Then, just as much as Master Nim needs it, if not more. And obviously, we don't want such sinister goings on just across the road from the children.
Alright, well,
Yeah, it was quite disturbing, I can tell you that.
is Melody within earshot?
The door's
Can't-
shut.
can't- Yeah, we've been talking an awful lot about her, so I hope she isn't.
Yeah, if you were to conspiratorially whisper, then I'm fairly confident that no one would be able to hear through the door.
Well, this isn't related to our immediate issue, but if you're interested in getting us some sort of more worldly experience, I need to get my house in order, but I could offer her protection after I do so.
And
It'll allow her to see the world but not be in as much danger, at least.
you see a notable look of concern come over his face. You... An
Just to
interesting
expand
prospect.
her horizons.
We'll speak with her. And Harry, of course. Perhaps it is time where the orphanage is no longer the safest place for her. But that is for after we have resolved the current, complication. But I will away and return with your supplies.
Yeah, once the priest leaves, Temerio will turn to the others like, I did not mean now. Somebody's actively trying to kill me in my house. But once that's all taken care of, it'll be golden.
Yeah, he kind of opens the door, shovels off. He leaves the door open. You hear him talking with Helle. You can't quite make out what they're saying. And then he says something, and then you hear the front door as he heads off to retrieve the supplies from his nearby humble abode.
Okay, dope. I guess just for comment's sake, this what I might be calling dog puncher. This myth that we'll hopefully go into, like, kind of jerry-rig into an enchantment punching thing, is on Timothy's left hand, so you probably have the right call.
I have the right.
Yeah,
Okay.
if they're meant to be a set.
Okay, cool. You are duly equipped with your Dog Puncher 3000s.
Better than the last name, whatever that horde thing was.
So, are you? What's the plan?
Once the deacon's gone,
Yep.
catch up with Melody again.
Oh right, yes. Yeah. So you head over to the classroom. As you enter, you see one of the other slightly older students in front of a chalkboard. I don't know, drawing circles. That seems like something you do at school. And Melody's helping a little girl, and just explaining something to her. He sees you as you open the door. She follows you. You come back around, back into the hallway, and then to the dining room.
You spoke to the deacon? What did he say?
So radiant stuff might help us at the vineyard.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get some magical. Well, I don't really know much about it. Some magical light and what was it? Water. Oh, holy water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Good.
Good. I'm glad that he was able to help.
Yeah, he'll be back a little bit later, dropping off some supplies for us.
And you wanted to ask me about the bathroom?
Yes, we did.
You have been there and felt you're being watched.
Yeah. It was a little bit creepy and weird, to be honest, given that most of the eyes in this place are of small children. And I was having a bath. That was disconcerting.
It is not a small child. Or at least it is not anymore.
Well, I went from being minorly relieved to back to being quite concerned.
I think it was when I was small and it would talk to me. But now I don't think it is anything like the children.
Right, so is there like a spirit in the bathroom? Just a bathroom? Oh.
It is not just there.
it is. And she kind of looks around and gestures to imply everywhere. But there it is strongest. That is where I first heard it. That is where it seems to stem from.
Is it a threat to you or the children?
It has not harmed. It does not. How can I describe? It is not physical. But sorry, Karen.
Has it harmed anyone mentally? Seems to stress you out, but anything more than that?
And she's like visibly anxious and looking around, kind of starting to get a little bit frantic.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about it right now if you don't want to.
No, it is good. I fear that if we don't now, then I will not have the strength to say what I must. It is cruel. Before it was my friend, it made me laugh and told silly stories. And now I look back and I see it was not a laugh of happiness. It was, I don't know how to describe. My emotions were being changed when I was small. And as I grew, it was harder for it to do that. And
So it got frustrated?
I think so. And then
Because it couldn't control you?
it did not ever control like a possession, but it would manipulate. And children are very easy to manipulate.
That's true.
And as I stopped being easy to influence, it turned mean. And it would say hurtful things about me, and he gets very visibly upset. My parents and Ellie, and what would happen to me. And then 2 years ago, it stopped. But others have taken my place, and I see the anger and jealousy and all of the bad feelings that you try not to have. I see them emerging in the sweet children. But I can't do anything. And I am ashamed.
So it's manipulating some children now.
It is not just the children. Helly is more quick to anger. She is still a sweet woman, but she is changed. Harmony, when she would come, she would become bitter. And it seems to be stronger emotions, like they are feeding it.
So it seemed to have dropped you, right?
I believe so.
Because it couldn't find a way to manipulate you anymore. It couldn't have any control. But it finds control over children. That makes sense. But it also controls other adults.
Only
That bit I don't get.
recently.
only in the last year. I think it is like I don't know how to a parasite. It starts small,
It's growing
and as
stronger.
it gets bigger, it seeks bigger hosts and prey. But I am, for some reason, in the last few years, immune to it. I think. I hope. I still feel the presence, but it does not whisper in my ear or in my dreams.
Well, I don't know nothing about any spirits and magic, so Tamari, Devin, any insight on that?
This. We're at the borders of what I know. You know, might need a specialist of some sort. Someone
Well beyond my borders. Knots and navigation I can do.
Quickly tie some
Yeah.
knots.
Hostels and bathrooms.
I can only approach this from a common sense point of view.
Common sense doesn't always apply when it comes to the spiritual from
I
what we've
guess.
seen so far.
But I mean, it does sound like this spirit's got to be at least tamed.
Does this thing feel like it's in one particular place at any time?
The bathroom, and the bath area in particular. And
Yeah, but
feel-
even more specifically, do you feel like it has any sort of a, I don't want to say physical location, but you
That
think you
is-
could affect it?
I don't know. I have never considered. But the bath is the place where I feel it's all around me.
It is a question. This when do we know? Well, when did you know that it's here? Has it always been here?
As
Did it
long
start?
as I can remember. But I only became aware it wasn't normal when I was 7, 8.
So it's not someone that died that you know of. Maybe
Okay.
Calestria wouldn't know.
Might be
Maybe.
a question
Maybe.
for the matron.
Did anybody die in the bathroom, maybe?
Not to my knowledge, but it is
Alethra might know.
when we have had deaths, and when they die, I can feel the same as when I was set with you. I can see and hear their souls, and I know that they have departed. But I have never felt any humanity from whatever it is.
Mm.
I don't believe it was ever human, or elf, or dwarf, or any kind of mortal.
Tamari has a crazy idea.
Burn the orphanage.
Maybe.
Burn the bath.
That plan
His
already.
Okay, so leaning back towards Devon. So, Mr. Longnames would be able to take care of them. Whatever this entity is. But Lord knows what we would have to do in exchange.
Maybe we need to talk to Brick.
Look, maybe I don't. It's an idea. I don't know if it's a good one, but I think it would work.
Hold on a minute. And I sort of like roll my eyes at like looking at the party. I roll my eyes at Melody, sort of like We're right in front of her. Hello.
She's just staring at
Mhm.
all of you sweetly.
I'm not sure that would be, considering one of our approaches was holy water. I feel like this is almost the opposite thing, you know?
What?
Well, like, it's not exactly a holy approach.
Well,
We're not
no,
holy men.
but when it comes to entities of a otherworldly nature, they are the contacts that we have.
Who are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you're still here.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're discussing an angle, but
Oh,
honestly, you might not even need to know about it.
if you are discussing strategy, then I don't think I can be of much help.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Was there anything else that you needed?
Just do your best to stay safe and take care of the children.
I will.
Yeah.
I will try and hear any gossip from them if anything strange has happened, but without alerting them to the problem.
Yeah, thank you.
That would be
If,
helpful.
if there's
Appreciate
anything
that.
that comes to your mind too, please tell us.
I will. It is a bright day outside, so we should all feel optimistic, yes?
She gives a
Yeah.
smile that says, I need, what's the term? I need you to say things are going to be alright more than I'm trying to say to you that things are going to be alright.
Validate me, validate me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll figure out what's going on here. Nothing
I'm-
bad's going to happen.
Glad that you are here. If you need any food, just go to the kitchen. There is always cold food in there.
Thank you.
And she
Much appreciated.
walks off, looks back at you all as she opens the door, gives you another
Give a
smile,
friendly wave.
and walks out, shutting the door behind her.
Alright, so yeah, I don't know about this bathroom entity. But if nothing else, we should focus on the vineyard first. We know how to handle that one. Better idea, at least.
I mean, let me tell you one thing. I've never came across any ghosts, and suddenly we come across two separate instances that are like across the road from each other. This is linked. You can't tell me that it's not linked.
I mean, one could argue you run into ghosts every day. These are just powerful enough to notice.
Yeah, well, two instances of it right next to each other. Seriously, you're gonna have to try really hard to convince me that this is not something
Hey,
related.
I hope it's related. That way we could deal with one side and hopefully weaken the other.
Yeah.
Two evil entities in two properties owned by Cowboy of Nim.
If this thing's gotten more
Wait.
powerful, is it plausible that it now has these minions that it's sent to
Where
the
is
vineyard?
Cowboy?
I don't know. Where is he?
Where is Cowboy?
Thought he was being taught by some
Classroom?
8-year-old.
That's where he said he was.
Well, fuck it. We have some time until the priest gets back.
Yeah,
Go find
can we go looking for Cowboy?
Of course. Where would you like to look?
I mean, I think the
Everywhere.
bathroom would be a good place to start.
There's 3 of us. We split up.
Okay.
Images of him just being face down, floating in bathwater.
The Grey Hawk sent the regard.
Oh Jesus!
It's just tough in the bath.
I'm just picturing like
Hello.
Stranger Things season 4 shit. Him just like in the air,
Oh,
hovering,
them breaking
yeah.
and twisting.
eyes rolled back.
Are you splitting up, or are you all going to the bathroom?
If the
We'll-
others
we'll
are
check
both going to the bathroom, then I'll follow. But if someone else is going not to the bathroom, I'll go that way.
Look, the bathroom's close. Let's just all go to the bathroom, then we can split up if he's not.
God damn it.
All right. You enter into the main hallway. You hear the voices of children chattering in the classroom as you make your way to the bathroom. Door's shut. You trying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just open as usual. And as you enter, you hear a hushed voice. Sounds familiar.
No, I don't think that's right. Well, then why would they? Yes, but well, it was perfectly legitimate. No, I don't think you're being fair at all.
And what sounds like quite a few conversations going on at the same time. And as
Give
you
everyone
enter,
the shut the fuck up motion and then listen in.
Yeah.
and it continues. You're only hearing one
It
side
was
of
Cowboy all along.
one side
I
of a
think he's just getting
conversation.
played.
And he's just repeating similar phrases around things.
No, that's not how it happened at all. Well, yes, but I mean, they also like me. It's not just that. Well, no, I don't think people blame me at all. Why would they? You're being very rude.
And it just kind of continues on. And as you're going to try and see past this screen, you see Calbor. Steam is kind of obscuring some parts of the room. And he's just standing there. Let me put where he is on the map. Where is Calbor? I think I deleted Calbor. No, there he is. He's just standing, looking
Creepily.
over at this wall and talking to himself.
I give the other two a look of like, I have an idea. Do you want me to go through with it?
I
give
you a nod.
Yeah, shrug.
Okay.
In the absence of any better ideas.
I'll just like lean against this wall, and then I'll speak up to our employer here. Like, whatever this entity is telling you, it's probably bullshit. We're here to help and protect people, including you. So, don't put too much faith in this guy's words.
Calbor stops talking as soon as you start talking. And after you've finished talking, he's still looking straight ahead, and he kind of turns his head slowly towards you, with a furrowed brow. Oh, Demerity, what are you doing here?
Watching you talk to the entity in here.
Talk to the... And he looks very confused.
What have you done the past 2 minutes?
I came. I was going to check on you. I left. I went to the classroom, and that horrible little girl was there. And I thought, no, I'll go back and see what they're doing. And then you're here, and I'm here. That's not right.
Okay. If I might be so bold, I think we're gonna ban you from going into the bathroom.
Well,
There's an entity here, and it's clearly fucking with your mind. Something malicious.
yes.
It looks like it fucked with his mind before he was even in the bathroom.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
but I mean,
think
let's keep him away from it at least.
Kelmore maybe knows a little bit more about.
Do you not remember the last few minutes?
Well, now you mentioned, I was arguing with someone, but it was like my dream.
Arguing.
Last night I was arguing. Someone was being frightfully rude. They were blaming me for all sorts of things, and yes, and that's why I slept so well. I was, and he's kind of really struggling and like fighting some kind of mental fight. I was sleepwalking, but lying down. A trance. Yes, that's what it was.
Wait, was you talking about one of those out of body things?
No, I was home, but when I was a boy, and I was being told off.
Here home.
No, back on Nim, our proper home. And I was being told off, and they were saying all these horrible things, and I was feeling so tired of just being berated. I had no energy. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. I couldn't argue back. I just had to lie there until it stopped, until I woke up this morning. And then now
Are you
again,
tired of being nice? Don't you want to just go ape shit?
well, I quite wanted to say that they were being very out of line, but I couldn't. And now the same. How unpleasant.
Do you not remember the voice or anything about?
It was my father's voice, but no, it wasn't. It pretended to be, but it had a slow, deep voice. My father, he had a voice like mine. You know,
So
brisk.
when you were in the moment, it made you think it was your father.
I believe so, but I must have known that it wasn't. But it overrode my. It's very. Can we leave here?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I think I'll find another bathroom.
As we're walking, I'm just gonna say, something's trying to influence you. If it's trying to do so through your dreams, I'd disregard your dreams for the time being.
I
Don't let it worm your way into your mind.
Endeavor to, but it was very realistic. Ugh.
Speaking of dreams, I dreamt last night that somebody or something was behind the door.
Was that just before I entered with Melody?
No, I'm talking when we were sleeping. It was
Maybe it's the same creature.
also one of those very realistic dreams. It almost, when you're not really sure if you're actually just woke up halfway through the night or if you were actually dreaming. It's kind of like that.
As you're making your way through the main hallway, heading back to the dining room, you hear a knock on the main front door.
Would that be our priest person?
I throw all of my knives. No. I'll go open the door.
Yeah,
You-
Jake
you-
will come with.
You do indeed find Deacon Scallion with a bag over his hunched back, you know, struggling to try and open the door.
No, I mean, I'll help him.
Oh, well,
Carry and slow to open the door, whatever I need to do.
that's very good of you. Thank you. Here, I believe it's adjourned to somewhere slightly more private, shall we?
Yeah, let's.
Deacon, would you mind if we just step outside for a minute and just have a quick conversation, actually?
Ooh, but of course, yes.
If
Yeah,
everyone's
it seems-
inside, that'd probably be the most private, actually.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to clear my head outside, I think.
Yeah, you
Too
all
much
step
going on
outside.
inside the walls.
You see a nice, again, very crisp autumn morning. There's still some mist or dew, whatever it is, vapor, coming off the vineyards to your north and to your west. And there's a very fresh breeze about.
I'm happy to do like a very slow walk with him or something. Just
Yeah,
aimlessly.
There's quite nice, like, tapiered, managed gardens around the orphanage. Most of it's given over to growing vegetables, but it's still quite pleasant to walk through.
Assuming the others are nearby. See, I'm not sure where to begin with this. Are you aware of any spirits, maybe in the orphanage?
But no, not that I'm aware of.
From what we've been told, you do sort of a yearly, what do you call it, a blessing thing?
Oh yes,
Bless-
yes. We sanctify the perimeter every year. I think that's why there's not been anything. It seems to have worked quite well.
Well,
So sure.
you sure that there's not been anything?
Well, it's hard to say. The children will have nightmares sometimes. See shapes in the shadows, hear noises, but that's been happening for as long as I've known any orphanage.
Does he look like he's hiding something?
Give me some insight.
Insight.
No, no, he seems to be fairly, can't really think of anything.
Well, as it happens, well, see, clearly you obviously know about Melody and her experiences with. I don't know. I'm just calling it spirits overall because I don't know any difference, but you know her things and well, she told us. She told us that the voice or the thing that she used to speak to is not being speaking to her for the last couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
but she sees it maybe affecting others.
Ah, I see what you mean. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that's a spirit. I believe that's just a upset young woman who sees people she wants to help but is unable to, and so she looks for explanations.
That sounds plausible. She did mention it being particularly present in the bathroom, and that would all be fine if not for the fact that both my companions here felt washed in a bathroom last night.
You
Um,
you did?
Yeah, this morning too was quite
and
a pervasive feeling of being watched.
well, Mr. Cowboy here, he was talking to something and he doesn't even remember it.
Yeah, he seemed entranced while he was talking.
So
There's something happening.
you think that there's an entity of some description in the bathroom?
Yes. Well,
Not just in the bathroom, but
in the orphanage, but particularly housing the bathroom, I suppose.
I sanctify the entire perimeter of the house.
Well, it's either something that doesn't get affected by that thing, or you're due to do it again.
Well, we
But
are,
I would bet on the first one.
but it would have to be frightfully powerful to not be affected by such a ritual. Can I just also check? You're basically still walking, right?
Yeah, very slowly, like
Okay.
absolute slowest
So-
walk.
You're walking through this like tall topiary area. It's obviously a holdover from when it was like a manor with manicured gardens. And who's at the back of this group? As you're all walking, or are you all like clumped together?
I can be. I wasn't picturing myself for a while.
Temerity, you hear a noise you've heard before. You hear
Okay.
it.
Can you verbally describe that?
Puffed. P-F-F-F-F-T.
Correct.
And you hear another noise you've heard before.
Ah,
Oh, Brick. Hey. Hello.
I've brought your vile garments. You have no taste.
How dare you? These are handmade. You motherfucker. I kick him to death. No, Oh, fantastic.
We are.
Thank you.
I believe our accord is now completed.
Yeah, how much do you know about spirits? I turned to the other two. Is it worth asking them about the thing?
As you
Jacob's just standing
Ask
there
that.
awkwardly, looks at the deacon, looks
the
at
deacon
the fucking.
turns.
I don't make the connection.
my lord, what is that?
What?
Jacob just stands there, like very awkwardly.
It's a demon, not the one we're talking about, though.
Quickly, young Temerity, step back from that creature.
No,
Be gone.
he's probably harmless, at least to us in this current situation.
Harmless?
He's a messenger at the moment, or a delivery boy.
A messenger
I pat him
from
on the head.
damned, perhaps.
I mean, we're all damned, right? That's the point of half of the religions.
Rick kind of looks up at this deacon and rolls his eyes, and then kind of pulls like a face at him. They're just glaring at each other.
Spirits. I've encountered a few in my time.
Something fucking with people's dreams, influencing their emotions, and a standard sanctification hasn't done anything. Does that ring any bells?
That's a lot of things, including most marriages in my experience.
Ayo. I think of crossbows, even if I'm not comfortable with the joke.
He kind of walks over to the building.
And you sanctified this?
And the deacon looks deeply offended at being addressed by this creature.
Yes, of course, I did. That's why you can't go inside, foul creature.
And Brick kind of touches the wall, and he pulls his hand away.
Not bad for someone who looks so incompetently frail. It is sanctified.
It is?
Hmm.
Well, that explains something at least.
But, I mean, I don't really care. But, do you have any other information other than something is being a bit naughty?
I give him any information to Murdy might remember that I'm not.
Okay.
A riddle, perhaps. But I fear
Hello,
it is
Yoda.
you're shutting up. You are. It is your minuscule mortal brains that have missed something, perhaps.
And that would be?
Well, that would depend on what it's worth, wouldn't it?
Alright, cut to the chase here. Name your price.
What do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah.
How things have changed since our last bargain. What do I want?
Yes.
There's a building full of young, innocent souls there.
Yeah,
There's
there are limits. It's kind of the
holy
whole
man
point of the
before
deal.
me. So many choices. But no, I will be civil.
Yeah, neither of those are choices. The whole point of asking you is to protect these people.
Well, that is incidental and irrelevant. From now on, every time he breaks,
And he points at Jacob.
one of the covenants, I may slap him across the face as hard as I like.
Deal.
But can I
That's
slap you back?
No,
Deal.
wonderful. So, let me talk you through it slowly.
I see nothing wrong with this bargain.
There is a bath, yes?
Yes.
Good. What is in the bath?
Huh?
Hot spring water?
Good. Does it overflow?
Does it? Mr. DM?
It does not. It seems to have a very static level.
It does not. It seems to have a very static level.
Well put. So, water comes in, but does not flood. Ergo,
And he's kind of using his hands. Like, come on.
Well, it's going from somewhere else, and it's going
Going to somewhere else.
there must be a drain, which means there must be a sewer underneath,
Right.
below the sanctification.
Oh. So the soon. I look at this deacon. The soon wouldn't be sanctified.
Oh, well, no, I didn't know it was there. We sanctified the building itself, the soil, but
Right.
not
Yeah.
not what's beneath it.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to find a way into the sewer.
Where you belong, I'm sure. You'd feel right at home.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably
right.
accurate.
prick.
Look, so something's in the
Rick.
sewer. Do you know what it is?
I have no idea, and if I did, that wasn't part of the deal.
Well, the deal was to tell us what you know. So
I just
And I know
say
there's a sewer.
if I go down there and die, then I'm not able to forgive your master.
No. A shame, I'm sure. But ultimately, not really my problem.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
it would be a problem if You're the reason your master can't be forgiven.
And the only way he
You
would
let-
know would be if you were not dead. So it seems to fix itself.
Well, if he dies and any one of us lives, then we could contact your master.
If
Put
he
the vice
dies,
on you, so to say.
then my master has no reason to not kill you.
Yeah, fucking fair enough. You got
Drop
me
this
there, my man.
conversation. This isn't going anywhere.
You know what, prick? For a little demon prick, I quite like you.
For a big, whatever you are, prick, I like you. Now, leave me alone and
Break
don't
the
break any of the
prick.
covenants and go and play in your sewers. I have. Oh, and don't forget, if you're going to redo the sanctification, why not delay it for a few days?
Take care, little dude, and I give him a pat like he's a dog.
Alright.
Just a little pat on the head.
Those gloves look ridiculous.
I'm trying to be nice and demeaning at the same time.
That's basically Brick's whole life. It's people blaming him for being a low-ranking demon, so he's fine with it.
Oh,
Devil, sorry.
certain strength in that, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not.
Yeah.
Did Brick disappear?
Yeah, he puffed.
As soon as he boosts, I just look at the deacon and like, well, you better, you better sanctify this thing hard from now on.
I think that's probably for the best. Do I want to know how you came to be on first name terms with a creature of the damned?
I
Alive,
honestly have no idea.
Look, as an adventurer, you come to have quite the colorful tapestry behind you. It's just one small thread of it.
Apparently.
Well, at least we know he got enter my consecration area, so I may have to expand that somewhat.
After we clear out whatever's in the sewers, might be good for you to consecrate that area too.
Yes, let's just go back inside, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Jacob, fantastic idea to come out here.
Hey. Yeah, yeah. I didn't think that he couldn't even get to us if we were in there. To be fair, you know what? I was actually like, I had an idea earlier that I was just gonna speak his name or say the name wrong just so he appears, but
Like,
I didn't do
while
it.
you're here.
Yeah, I didn't do it though.
Wait, yeah. I was like, why'd he show up in the first place? But he dropped off my suit, so hell yeah.
He did.
I love Prick.
Let's take
Break the prick.
a 3-minute break for our own bathroom adventures.
Alright.
And then let's pick up with you seeing if Brick's theory is correct.
Okay.
Well,
Back in
Brick's
a
theory is
couple
DM's
minutes.
theory, right?
No, Brick's his own entity. He has his own thoughts and feelings.
Ah, damn it.
Brick is low key the MVP so far.
Well, if Brick's wrong, then the DM's wrong, so.
DM's never wrong. surprise. Okie dokie. So, while you were making your way back inside, Deacon hands over his bag. Within it, you find 4 vials of holy water and 2 small vials of golden honey liquid. He kind of pushes them all forwards. Hold on, I'm getting beat from somewhere. I don't know what that was. Oh, okay, it just doesn't keep in track. Yeah. So, this is holy water, and this is the that stuff I was talking about. With the light when you open it. I'm afraid only 2 have survived.
Will this light just diminish, or will it hurt them? Do you have any idea?
That I don't know. I know that if I remember correctly, if you open it or throw it and it exposes to oxygen, the quicker it's exposed to oxygen, the greater the reaction. So if you were to break the glass and it all was exposed at once, it would create quite a powerful explosion of light. If you were to just open it, then it would, just glow as it slowly worked its way down.
Do you know how long the light lasts, or?
Quite a while, I believe.
Oh, that's good. It's not flashbang.
Oh no, only if the reaction is violent. If you have a slow and steady reaction, then it won't dissipate very quickly. I should think that you'd be able to get at least 20 minutes out of it.
So if we throw it onto a wall,
that would be a violent reaction,
right?
Both in
Is
terms
it
of the
harmful
liquid
to
and
us?
yourself.
So how do we expose it quickly without smashing?
Shatter it like a grenade.
Yes, that would be an apt description. Well, and he kind of pops the cork on over there. That's not a cork sound, like a pop. The sound of a cork being uncorked, and kind of dips his little pinky finger in it, and just holds it up. And no, it doesn't seem to be. It's quite warm. I wouldn't want it to, in my eye, but it seems to be fairly inoffensive. And then he's kind of just wipes it on his shawl thing, and you see that it's actually still glowing, the stain, as he wipes it off.
This would make fun face paint.
Yes. Any that's left I may use for the children's fancy dress box.
Oh, that would be delightful. That said, we might use it in this next encounter. Speaking of that encounter, fellas, if any of us yell, say, bang, really loudly, everyone close their eyes.
All right.
I imagine it's going to be quite dark when we fight these guys to draw them out. And I don't want to blind anybody when I throw this at it.
Yeah.
Or onto the ground in front of me.
Yeah, that's fair.
As for the holy water, when we think we might be starting to engage, we'll imagine there's probably some cloth already inside of the dog punchers. But even so, we'll add some more around and then soak everything in the holy water.
Okay.
And then hopefully, with some luck, we'll be able to hit the bastards.
See, I'll take 1 holy water to my inventory for that.
I'll take 1 holy water and the golden honey.
Okay.
I'll take what's left. How many holy waters were
There
there?
are 5 holy waters in total.
5 in total.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I had 4.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right.
I may well have said 4. I meant
So
5.
2 of us can take 2.
I mean, this stuff could be quite valuable. Basically poison to some members of my family, so I'll hold on to
I'll
it.
take 2.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a brick next time or something.
Yeah. In fact, why don't we both take 2, Jacob, and then Mr. Magic Man, who can hopefully use his magic, can
Yeah.
take the 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone, that's my item of last resort in case they get close to me again.
Yeah.
The deacon kind of nods and ceases way over to the stairs. I'd just go and have a word with Helle.
All right. Yeah.
Best of luck. And we'll speak more of Melody when you return.
Most certainly win. We've got too much on to die, I'm afraid.
Quite. And he kind of does a hand gesture. Blessings upon you boys. You're doing very good work.
Gotta balance it all out, right? You gotta do some good here, motherfuckers.
Before we leave, do we want to ask anything of Helen, or are we good?
Do you have anything in mind?
Access into the sewers might be useful.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Well, originally I would have asked about someone dying in the bathroom, but yeah.
From what
I
Big
feel
told
like-
us, the thing is underneath and just leaching into it.
Yeah, but we could still ask.
So is
We
you
can
plan to go
still
to
ask.
Helle's office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna like almost
Follow.
follow thingy. Yeah.
As he's going up the
It's
stairs,
like
he's
say bye
following,
and then just
like,
follow him.
looks
after
over
a
his
minute,
shoulder and is like, I thought I got rid of you guys. He holds open the door to the office, and as you walk in, she, well, boys, do you know what you're planning to do? Daylight is quickly, waning.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah,
part of the
we're-
plan. We need it to be dark to be able to fight these things.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got a couple questions for you. You might be able to help us.
Well, certainly. What do you need to know?
Well, we already spoken to the deacon here. There seems to be another spirit or something. And I'm just like looking at the party, like for better words, like a thing in the orphanage. It seems to be localized in the bathroom, but see, I believe that it's linked to the vineyard, because I mean, why wouldn't it be? But that's just a hunch.
Do you know if the
we-
sewers or whatever waterways connect both
Yeah.
locations?
Oh, well, I suppose that would make sense. They were built around the same time. It would make sense that when they, built the vineyard, they'd want to have the same access to water as here.
Same fucking sewers.
Yes. It doesn't seem to make sense to build one sewer and not connect it to another property along the road. I don't know where it would go from then, though.
If we're feeling saucy, we could probably take care of both problems at once.
If they're two separate problems at all.
We can try.
Yeah.
I don't have any experience dealing with ghosts, but yeah.
Well, I'm no expert, but it doesn't seem to be all that pleasant. If anyone feels like they're about to die, retreat, and then hopefully somebody else can take the burden up. of the rest of the combat.
So you plan to fight them then?
Yeah, well, we got to get it
Yeah.
away from these innocents.
She gonna looks like she's almost about to stand up and says, "Oh, good boys, I knew that you wouldn't let us down."
Yeah, this is a long shot. I guess I just wanted to ask just to check in case you knew something. Did anybody maybe die in the bathroom in the past? Some troubled soul or anything?
No one died, but we had a few incidents. We found a couple of the boys, nearly drowned.
Oh,
Oh,
They're,
okay.
they're fine now. But
Good.
I put it down to, they're not the they're not the brightest of the group. I just thought that, these things happen. Children hurt themselves falling into things and off things. And usually we have quite a strict rule on the younger children using the bath. They have to have company with them. But, yes.
How old were these boys, though?
Well, there was Timothy. He's coming up to 7 now. And then there was...
At the time of drowning. Yeah, we don't need the names.
7 and 11, I suppose.
Okay, so old enough to know not to breathe in water.
You'd hope so, but as I say, they're slightly odd boys.
You should see my brother, dumb as hell.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad it doesn't run in the family. But if you suspect there's something, not normal in the bathroom, that's the closest we've had to a death.
Right. Even when your memory reaches way far back, anything you heard, before you were here or anything.
No, I've been
I
here
don't know
a
how
very
long this
time.
goes for.
We had a few of the children say that they had bad dreams about the bathroom, but I thought it was, a dark room. Of course it's going to be a place for bad dreams. But,
Of course.
sorry, am I keeping you awake?
No. Oh, that was Carl yawning, not.
You better wake up, motherfucker. We're about to
Jacob.
fight death.
I need Brick to come slap me to wake me up.
But no, nothing mortal in nature. Just bad dreams, children not wanting to go in, but I always put that down to them not wanting to take a bath. You know how children can be.
Very easy to drown, apparently.
Well,
All
yes, we know that now.
Christ.
Noted, I guess. So, we'll have to investigate the sewers in some capacity.
Oh, well, I don't believe you can get into them from here. It's all a solid unit. Built, decades ago. I
Well,
believe there's an entrance in the vineyard.
All right. No
Yes.
well in the fields anywhere or anything.
Well, I
of the
believe
sort?
there's a well, but also I thought that
Right,
the
in the kitchen.
the water from the house would also go down to the same sewer. I thought would make sense.
Yeah. It would.
yeah. Jacob, unless you have another idea, I think we should go deal with the vineyard, and then if we are feeling up to it, go down further.
Yeah. Yeah, first of all, let's check out the vineyard in a day. I think that's a good idea.
That
Check out the
sounds
vineyard in
supremely
a day.
sensible.
Yeah, while we can see everything, and maybe things can't kill us just yet, so we can take a look at the place properly without the darkness being
Well,
dark.
If we go in the dark, it'll probably draw these things out quicker. It might be a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
more
but
powerful.
just to have a look, we can then leave and wait till dark and come back, or
Well, it's
But just
coming
for-
up to midday now, and sun's going to set in about 4 hours, so
Let's go now.
yeah,
it won't be a huge
Yeah,
wait.
all right, fuck it. Recon it
well-
is.
we'll have a few hours in the sun and to check the place out, and then the joys.
And we fight for our lives.
Well, boys, I'll be here if you need me.
Okay.
I'm just going
We leave. We stand awkwardly for about 20 minutes.
She gives you a motherly smile of, I hope you don't die, but I'm not going to get too emotionally
Likewise.
attached at this point.
Jacob on his way out just like approaches the deacon. I've never been a religious person, but could you like bless me or something?
He
Or
puts a fatherly hand on your shoulder.
My boy, I don't think that I could do anything more for you at this moment than you're able to do yourself. But if you wish to explore your faith, then my door is always open when you return.
shit, and then he just walks away.
Does he think that's a blessing?
Temerity is behind the priest making the fucking loony symbol.
As you go and use his holy water and magic sunlight.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he isn't loony, but you know.
That you have no idea what, if any of this stuff works. I suppose you know that the magic light is incandescent.
Yeah, and I'll admit to that. Mostly being the player, Temerity would probably believe in some form of faith. Not being religious, but you know, they deal with devils all the time. So yeah,
You know, there's something more than everyday life. As you go
Yeah,
to
I
fight
mean-
ghosts.
This is probably the first like crazy shit that Jacob's come across. So like
I love
he's not
Jacob
questioned it up to now. You know, like he's
He's
just kind of
along for the
like
ride.
I like to imagine
Yeah.
Jacob as Arthur Morgan. Like he's seen all this crazy shit, but he's just kind of like seen it and walked on. He
Yeah,
hasn't really
basically.
confronted it.
Who's Arthur Morgan?
The main character,
Redemption.
no,
Redemption.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
Cowboy
like,
boy.
there's all
Cowboy
sorts
guy
of like
in big
Sasquatch
cowboy
and-
game.
Yeah, there's all sorts of like mystical shit that happens out in the Wild
wilderness.
West that you could just see as like little Easter eggs, but they're straight up like aliens and ghost trains and towns and
Mm.
Nice.
Sasquatches. There's a bunch of crazy
Mhm.
shit in that game.
The stream map is still showing us
The stream.
on.
Yeah, I noticed that the visual seems to be delayed compared to the audio.
Can you refresh on your stream thingy?
I've refreshed a bunch of times.
No, Michael.
All right.
And
Yeah.
I think we can see your GM turn order with stuff that we maybe shouldn't be able to see on
Ah.
the stream.
Yeah, because the audio's alright, but
Beep boop. Right. Let's refresh that.
the whole sort of visual seems to be sort of delayed compared to
Yeah,
audio.
it's my refresh
It's
isn't
quite odd.
really working.
Not sure what that's about.
Oh, 1 second.
Also, I did notice that the audio is only in the left ear at the moment.
What?
At least for me.
That's odd.
No clue how to fucking fix that. That's you, my man.
Yeah, I think we had
I
that
might
problem.
have an idea later if we have a look on
Yeah,
thingy.
I think I may have had that problem.
Left
in
is
the
usually
past
mono.
when it was going to mono,
Yeah, it's usually a mono stereo thing.
which is very annoying.
Somewhere along the chain.
I have down mix to mono as an option.
Yeah, you could do that. To be fair.
I'll try that. See if that helps anyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's middle now.
Okay, cool. And map
Wait.
should be updated.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I think it's just your voice that's on the left side. My voice is on the middle in the screen.
Yeah. Which makes me think it's the thing that I'm using. I'll check the stream later and try and figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As long as everyone can still at least hear me.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So stream should be updated with the new map. Well, old map.
Indeed. Just so I thought if it's streaming through from your GM view, character sheets and things like that may appear.
It won't be. It's streaming from. I've got a separate window with it open as me as a player.
Gotcha.
I think.
It has gone mono, by the way. Your voice. It has gone to the middle now.
Okay, cool.
Now that I hear it.
There we go.
So,
Sorry, you were right,
it's right.
Angus. I was in DM mode. Then, because I had to refresh.
Just didn't want you to
Yes.
accidentally reveal something
All of the secrets.
ahead of time.
Mm.
Okay, so you approach the vineyard, down the road, onto the pathway. It's a nice clear day now. The sun's out. It looks quite pleasant, actually. And you see the kind of autumny tinge to the vines that you couldn't make out in the darkness. And you approach the house. What would you like to do?
Are we going in or checking outside first?
It's daylight.
If-
Could we do some checking? We
Let's check
Yeah,
the
please.
outside first.
That's a safer option, yeah. Let's
Yeah, let's go with the safer first, and then continue on to the more risky things.
if anyone goes inside, we should prepare for combat just in case. I don't think they'll attack us, but if
Yeah.
anywhere. All right, well, lead on, Mr. Detective.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not.
You
I'm
wanted to
not a
check it out,
detective.
right?
Right, yeah. Alright. Well, eeny, meeny, miny, mono, let's go right. And Jacob will start, assuming the party's following him, just start sort of just moving generally, slowly. How do I?
This is what Jacob, Angus and I say nothing, and then you get in the combat like, we wouldn't know you. What are you talking about?
We were by the frog.
Yeah, just generally do a little surroundy thing.
Okay.
Check out this way, and then later go that way.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And all the while we are looking for sewer entrances.
Yeah,
Do we already know that the sewer entrance is in the kitchen under that grate? That
You already know that there's a grate. You
Yeah.
didn't inspect the grate.
Yeah, we're gonna start
Probably
with that. We're
like
gonna
that.
just have a look outside. Obviously, sewer entrances and stuff, but also any more signs of other survivors or people that were, abducted or whatever the fuck. just looking out for more clues about anything we could have missed in the dark.
Okay. So your route around the house is very uneventful. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. You know, you're just basically walking through the gardens. As you approach this part of the house, you're unsure if it's your own concern about what you experienced in the pantry and the spooky goings on, or if it's something genuine, but you feel a coldness around this part of the house.
Oh, I hate this feeling again.
And nowhere near as intense as you had it when you were being basically chased around the perimeter of the barn, but it's still there.
Coldness is probably closer from the orphanage, that little terror.
As you approach the barn area, it looms there. It's somewhat less, intimidating in the night.
Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing around the barn, basically. As well.
Okay. Same thing happens, but to a distinctly less degree. It's only really when you're over here by the kegs that you properly feel the same chill. You notice that a lot of light is actually getting into the barn from the holes in the wood and tiles being missing from the roof. It's actually quite a rickety structure with a lot of ingress for air and light.
Wait a minute. Follow me, and I'm just gonna head towards the entrance to the barn here.
Yeah.
I can't ping. There we go. This one. And sort of slowly head in, take a peek.
Okay. You enter this tall, but as I say, dilapidated building. Speckles of light kind of cast down onto the floor, which you now see is covered in a thick layer of dirt and footprints from yesterday that you recognize roughly the route that you took in the barn. Broken barrels all over the place, again probably from yesterday, and a whistling of wind coming through the gaps in the wood in the walls.
I'm gonna do a very slow walk from here to probably right, to around here. And
Okay.
like along the way, I'm trying to really sort of feel the coldness and see if like I shiver more or get any goosebumps around any areas, anything.
As you're
Just
passing...
try and use my senses.
Okay, can I get a perception from you, please?
Sure.
I get a will and testament.
Okay. As you are passing the second barrel, you feel a stronger breeze about your ankles. And it starts to feel almost like a pressure, a cold pressure. And then there's a tug. Not too strong to take you off your feet, but there was a definitive yank.
Alright, so you just try to grab me. Hello, you're here, right? I'm not alone.
Run off.
Oh, waves from the background.
Please fucking talk to me.
Angus, are you there?
We're all dead. Ooh.
We may have lost. Oh, he's done a be right back.
Right.
So I
I'll be
assume that
with
he
you.
is stoically behind you, there to help you carry the burden of
Demented's
this
there,
terror.
right?
I didn't feel anything. Did you got tugged?
Yeah, definitely. And I just point under the barrel, I guess. I'm just gonna carry on before we investigate that.
Call me
You-
crazy. I think there might be a spirit here.
You
No,
think?
it's wine, not a spirit.
Hey,
Hey.
a finger crossbows.
Yeah, I
for
wanna
some.
I wanna check around all the way to the last barrel around it.
Okay. You feel you don't feel the tug, but you feel the same kind of breeze blowing around your ankles as you walk the perimeter of these barrels.
Okay. Check the barrels. Which ones are full? Which ones are empty?
I think we said that 2 of them were full, 1 of them was half empty.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say full, and middle one is half empty.
All right.
Unholy water. That's the title of this arc. Everything is connected to the sewers, and everything's unholy.
That's quite poetic. Everything's connected to the sewers, and the sewers connect to everything.
Yeah. Speaking of which, is there a drain in this barn?
Can I get an investigation check, please?
Okay. Happily, but I also look at the floor and see if there's a drain.
See if there's a blatant one first, and then
Yeah.
investigate.
There is no blatant drain, but as you are rummaging around, do you take a look underneath the barrels?
That's what I was about. That was my next step. That was literally what I was gonna do next.
Yes, we look
So
all over.
I'm happy to for Jacob to point towards that, and then you go and check it out.
Give me the help action. Okay, cool.
Um,
21.
Or yeah, or whatever. I don't know. However you want to rule it.
yeah, it's a pretty underneath the middle barrel is a pretty prominent drain. That's
Bingo
actually
bongo.
it seems to span the 3 barrels, and there is a distinctive breeze coming up from it.
Okay.
And while you're down there, you also notice that the floor is stained red, which I believe it was when you first visited, but that it seems to get significantly more red around this drain. So it looks like when they
I'm just.
drain off the barrels, it just flows down.
So it is wine. It's not blood.
I mean, you can lick it.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to kneel down, smell it. If I don't know yet, I'll taste it.
What are you guys tasting random liquids? It is indeed
Blood.
very bitter, old, unpalatable, but vinegary wine
Yeah. All right.
made of
Makes
people.
sense.
I might
Oh.
need more coffee. My next thought was I pour ghost pepper sauce down the drain to give the ghost a heartburn. Why would that help anything, Brain? Shut up.
All right. There's no access to the drains, right? We've got to move the barrels. It looks like.
It would appear there's not enough space for you to fit under.
Yeah.
Cowell
Okay.
might be able to, but
Right,
We're not
how are we-
we're only
how
using
are
him
we
as
doing
bait.
this?
Well, it depends on when we want to fight these things. At the
Are we
moment, we have the
going-
advantage of
Right.
controlling the fight.
Now,
Yeah.
let's fight them now.
Yeah,
Or
well,
at
it
least
is
start.
day, so I guess it's the best time if we can fight them. Another thing, do we want to check out the house first, or do we just head in?
I mean, if there's one in here and then one in the house, it might not matter which one we go after first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just
everything's
whether
connected.
there's anything else in the house that we wanted to see before we head in.
Anything we want to steal, or
No, just see in the day. Like,
I mean,
can I just check?
I think we got a pretty good look.
I'm
Is
genuinely
last
just
night.
asking.
Is Temerity on the ground looking still?
Yeah, sure.
Can I get a Dex save, please?
Okay. I'm actually decent at those. 14.
Okay. As you're on the ground, kind of looking up, chatting to Jacob, at the corner of your eye, you see these two gnarled, blackened, smoke-like hands suddenly, like, reach up from the grate and grasp for you. Like, it's like lightning quick. It's like a cobra striking.
I do a very fast skip up.
Yeah, you're just able to pull away far enough that they can't grab your hands. And then it kind of slowly retreats back into the drain.
Monarch tits, they're out of here. I was gonna say Jesus Christ, but I'm like, he doesn't exist in this world.
Well,
Monarch.
Brick was right. Brick was definitely right.
Okay, fuck. Let's move this thing and then get ready.
All right. Do we? When do we use the holy water?
When they're fully
when the
exposed.
thing's there and we can hit them with it.
Right. I'll follow your lead. I don't know
okay.
what I'm doing here. I can move these
So
though.
Yeah. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can move these things easily enough.
Yeah, I got 12 strength, so just above average. Like,
Yeah.
it's alright.
I've got a solid 18, so I'm not worried about these things.
Okay,
But
strength, fucking hell.
You far outclassed me in Dex.
Yeah, okay,
But
yeah.
yeah. Before we go down this ladder of whatever's here, we should do the holy water now, and then get ready for the fight, and then we can use the honeydews or whatever they're called when we get attacked.
Okay.
Honeydew might be something completely different. I just wrote down.
I like
golden
that
honey.
as a name for it. The honeydew bombs. Cool.
I mean, it's got a good ring to it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a candy I would totally devour.
Well, you can try eating that strange liquid later as well. What is your immediate plan?
To move the barrels,
Move the barrels.
holy
Okay.
water up, and then climb down.
Okay. So
I preemptively illuminate my rapier.
good thinking, Batman. There is actually like a lever thing here. Not a lever. A thing like there's like a little fence that's keeping the barrels in place, and that folds down to make like a little ramp.
That sounds right.
To make it easy to get them on and off.
Okay. Go ahead and use that.
We will
Do
do
we-
that.
Also, do we have any lanterns?
Mine broke.
So
I have my glowing sword.
I think there's just
Torches.
you with a lantern, Timothy.
Okay. Well, yeah. At least one would be fine.
Should we search a cart or something for any torches or anything? Or... I'm sure there's some light around here. It's a mansion.
I just want to be able to control light in this circumstance. So if we can get some hooded lanterns, that would be ideal.
There's
Yeah.
there's quite a few like traveling carts on the property that will probably have lights from traveling at night.
Okay.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
gather a
let's-
handful of those.
Let's gather some.
Are all
like at
three
least
of you
one
going
each.
to gather them?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
probably a good
moving
idea.
together. We're moving together.
Okay.
Let's
we're
leave
not
Jake up here
separating
because
right
he's
now.
scared.
No one's
Jam
going
him
alone.
underneath to block up the vent with his body. Okay, yeah. So on the carts down here, you find a couple of decent-sized travel lanterns.
Hell yeah.
And you find an oil lamp as well,
Okay.
like an old school kind of turn up the knob thing to make it brighter oil lamp, which gives slightly more light than the lantern, but won't last as long. We'll see.
Okay. Wait. So, which one do I want?
Dual-wield.
The travel lanterns, hooded lanterns. Like, can we?
You can direct the
Control
beam, whereas the oil lamp is just a lamp.
Okay. Can we
All
shut off the
directions.
beam? Does it have like a enclosure?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many of them?
Yeah, you can like do the thing where you rotate it, and then it's like the leaded shield is stopping the light from getting out.
Yeah, because ideally we can shut off the light, kind of draw them out, and then hit them with it if we need to.
Mm.
How many of those lanterns?
2 hooded lanterns and 1 oil lamp.
All right. So, wait. Do you have a lantern already, Tamari?
I have 1, so we have 3 total.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll take a hooded lantern each, and the oil lamp. Yeah, oil lamp. Jacob will keep for later, just outside.
It's really nice. We'll
Because he
sell
wants it. He wants it. Because he'll replace his old one. Because he had like a lamp as well, not a lantern.
Okay, well, if we're fully kitted out, we'll move the bells, holy water up, and go down. To like soak our gloves, can we use 1 holy water for both gloves, or 1 holy water per glove?
I think 1 would cover both.
1 would cover both? Okay. Yeah, in that case, we use 1 of Jacob's holy waters, and we'll cover them both.
Okay, you now have yeah, okay.
Holy infused
Got
punches.
lanterns.
Holy infused punches.
Yes.
Cool. So
Yeah, I
you
use. So that uses 1 of them, right?
Yes.
1 holy water. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
and you're able to heave the barrels off. The first one kind of thunders down, comes to a rest right at the edge of the wall. Sorry.
Devin, my man, can I hold on to your sword for a second? It's the brightest thing we have, and I don't want to get jumped before we're able to fight.
Okay.
You can have it right back when you climb down off the ladder.
Okay.
Or you can go down first, but you know.
Oh, hell no.
That's
The
what I was
sword.
doing. Oh, hell no.
Literally not.
Hell no. You have.
So,
Okay. My king. I love those little names we got. Okay, one other question. Michael.
Yes.
When I got my suit, was that basically just what we discussed? Like,
yes.
basically fly-looking plate armor?
Did we agree plate?
Yes.
Did you?
I was specifically angling
think-
for that.
I
If you didn't
think-
agree with that.
Yeah.
You specifically angle for plate armor in most campaigns.
That is a trend.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Yeah, they're
reassess.
necessary for warriors.
I'll have to reassess that.
Okay, do we want to just ignore it for now? Or?
Yeah. Let's just ignore it for this, but because we're coming
For
towards the end of the
For
session.
the minute, yeah.
Okay,
But by next session, I will have got back to you on that.
you have given me plate armor. Dope.
Okay, so as you're kind of rolling these barrels, the last one, you feel pressure kind of pushing in the opposite direction.
I hum the rest of that Queen song and I push harder.
And it's pushing back, and it's a kind of real, battle of strength. And then suddenly it lets go, and this barrel just goes flying and smashes open over here, just spilling wine, just floods, and you feel it sodden your shoes as it pours
It's okay. It's
down
what
the
the
drain.
drain's for. Yeah.
Oh
It
shit, that's
starts
not
to-
a problem.
It starts to pour
Yeah,
down
it's
the
like-
drain.
They'll get some buckets in here. They'll clean it up. Push all the fucking wine into the drain. It'll be fine.
And
Yes, just leave it.
Yeah.
that's it. So I've just got a physics matter to consider. Okay. But as it does, it coats something that seems to be resting atop the drain.
What is that?
It looks like a bundle of rags, but with like a viscous veneer of wine on it.
I hold the glowy sword up in one hand, and I use my non-holy water hand to move the rag.
As you reach out, it moves suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
And
a rag?
No, like an incredibly fast, almost like an eel moving through the air. And it moves right between Temerity and Jacob's feet.
How does it move?
Low to the ground, and like I said, like an eel. It's like it's being led by the front of it, and the rest of it's kind of waving behind.
So like a super fast crawl kind of thing.
Yeah, and it kind of is shaking wine off as it does this.
Like to imagine it's just a rat that's now pissed.
Which thankfully gives you enough time to roll your initiative.
Oh, okay. This is such a fucking wild campaign.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is so crazy.
Are we all rolling initiative? Have you opened up the turn order?
Yes, sorry. I always forget to do that first.
Cleared it.
Right, yeah, right, thank you, Angus. No, it's not. I'm clearing it.
Oh, all right.
Thank you,
Sure,
Angus.
okay, I'll put. It changed mine, by the way. Like,
Hopefully
when I
everyone got
rolled.
better rolls now.
Why can't I
Are we
change?
keeping the better rolls, or are we
I
going the
didn't
original?
see the originals, so it's up to you. You
Oh.
can pick whichever you prefer.
I'll take this. I'll take the second one if that's
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, 15 is already pretty good, but I'll take an 18.
I only rolled once, and it was bad.
I'll take the second one if you allow it.
Okay, do you want to go first, Jacob, or do you want me to?
Well, I'm guessing my dexterity's higher than yours, so it's probably me.
Oh,
technically.
most certainly. I'll go down
Yeah.
to 17 then for ease.
Yeah. I'll leave it on that. I'll just put 18.4.
Okay. Yep. I did a dash.
I did it dash. No, it's not your turn. You can't dash.
Hey, action surge, baby.
Reaction dash.
Okay, this oily, slick shadow creature darts in between your feet, sending that same chill that you felt earlier, scratching along the floor as it goes, even though it seems to be floating in the air. And it kind of rears itself up in a relative area of shadow, right in front of Temerity, who's just turning around as you see this, Jacob.
Right. Well, the moment I see that, it's like it's still sort of under the feet, and Jacob's already like clocking in exactly what to do, and by the time it's like sort of up, it gets a massive fucking punch with the holy hand.
Hell yeah.
My right hand.
Hand of God, partner.
So I'm rolling attack.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, that's a hit.
I'll just roll my normal. What do I do? Anything else? Does it work? Do I holy water in contact with it or anything?
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting you to use the holy water in this way. I think I'm just going to, for simplicity's sake, say that. Angus, how would you handle this?
So we've got the holy water on his
Yeah.
hand.
So I want to give some kind of benefit to having the holy water.
It could be just like D4 radiant, or you could make the damage
Would a holy
radiant,
water deal
or
radiant damage?
A holy
know.
water, if the target is a fiend or undead, so it has a vulnerability to radiant damage, then it takes 2d6 radiant damage.
I apologize.
A flask of holy water. Now, because it's a smaller amount on some fists, so you might rule that maybe it does 1d6
Okay.
and
4,
maybe
1d6.
only lasts for a couple of hits.
Yeah, I think I'll tone it down to 1d4, so we don't have to track the timing. Apologies, I thought that holy water didn't actually deal radiant damage, but it makes complete sense that it does. I maybe wouldn't have given you 5 of them if I would have known. Yeah,
we could say we have less. It's fine.
No, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so yeah, do a 1d4 additional radiant damage.
Wait, so if it's, what was it, 2d6 usually, right? So that's 12 overall. So why not a d4 3 times?
Because you're only hitting him once, and you're using a diluted amount. Like you're not hitting him with like pure holy water. It's
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, is it going away after the sponge? Is what I'm asking.
Not after one punch.
That's
See,
why
I
you
was
put it
saying like
at
after
4.
3 punches.
Oh, I see what you mean.
'cause
Sorry,
that
I
would
think you meant like
amount to
roll
12.
3 straight away, like 1, 2, 3.
No. Like after 3
Yeah.
punches.
After 3 successful.
I see.
Yeah, so it'll count up to the same 12,
Yes,
right?
after you hit 3 times, then it will diminish.
So it roughly checks out, you know? Like
Yeah.
it kind of checks out. Right, okay, so a d4 of radiant. Alright.
Okay, very nice. So yeah, as you kind of punch this thing with your dog fister 20,000,
Spirit fister.
it's the
Spirit dog fister. Spirit dog eel
spirit
fister.
of Christmas.
Spirit dog eel fister.
Is your hand? It doesn't really connect. It's almost like it's burning a path through the folds of this kind of floating ethereal shadow, and it's singeing around the edge. You can smell the burning as it happens. It's like ozone, and it just lets out a weird noise of shock. I have no idea what that sounded like on the microphone, but it sounded weird to me.
Well, that was good. Keep going.
Hit it again.
Oh yeah, so offhand, I'm gonna try and punch it with my offhand.
Okay.
Which is just a straight normal roll. 8.
Yeah, but that's a bludgeon.
Yeah.
Sorry, 8 misses. Apologies.
8 misses. Okay.
Just to check, that
Yeah,
would be a
that's-
bludgeoning attack, right?
Yeah, it would
If
be.
it happens. Okay, cool. Yeah, you kind of, it reels backwards and almost flattened itself up against the wall to get out of your way.
Right. Okay.
I would say, have you moved yourself on the map as to where you would be stood?
Probably around where I am.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I got you mixed up with Devon then.
Yeah, that should be good. That should be. That's basically where I would be, I think.
Okay, cool. On to Temerity.
Okay. I just hit him as hard as I can with my holy hand. I'll
Go for
switch
it.
the sword to the other hand. And then give a whack. Oof.
9 misses.
Can I use my inspiration to
You
reroll?
can.
Perfect. Yeah. And then I do a Wah! Yay!
Okay, yeah, it definitely hits. Yep, okay.
Hey. Still D4 for the holy one, right?
Yes.
Dope.
Okay,
That
so
good.
that is...
That was very good.
How do you, with immunities, how do you round uneven numbers?
Oh,
You round up or
I
down?
think the rule is you round down unless they
Round up,
otherwise.
okay.
Look, there is a rule for that.
Okay.
There are, I don't remember them. This is all down.
Yeah, you again get in a
Yeah, I
pretty
can give it
good
down.
hit. Same thing happens. Almost burns a hole right through this thing. Same annoying noise that I can't remember what it was that I made. But the hole doesn't seem to be closing up. it's
Yeah.
like fraying and almost seems to slowly be burning outwards like a piece of paper that's on fire.
So, okay. I'll toss the sword over to Devon. And that, I guess that'll be me. You know, I'll try to move over here.
Is it like moving around, throwing a sword across the room with your
Oh yeah, I'm
action?
just kind of throwing it behind me. Like
Just
Jacob's
at
good at
Jacob.
dodging.
Okay.
This is the most dexterous motherfucker I've ever met. He can dodge a sword.
So where you are, this thing's just seems to be slowly disintegrating.
Good.
I am afraid I need to ask a DM question that might ruin the immersion somewhat. If it wants to hide now, and it's a distinct action it can take to hide as a bonus action, would it still take an opportunity attack?
That depends. Is it moving physically or is it kind of teleporting in some way? Because
It would be
Like-
moving.
if it moves willingly, like with its movement speed
Hmm.
out of our range, then it's an opportunity attack. Unless it's literally like invisible or something.
It
Uh,
basically
or it basically like thingy, like if it's invisibility, then thingy. But if it's got like a roll to hide in any way, then it's basically like I think it's like it's moving. I'm guessing
Okay.
that I think
no,
I'm gonna
that
say-
sounds right. Anyway, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Unless
I
I'm
would
gonna say
personally
different-
I would just give it a stealth check, and then if we can't see it, let it move away
Okay,
without getting whapped.
good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, perception check from you, Jacob.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll try to beat his stealth, and then if we don't beat it, he could just move away.
Yeah, you're not going to beat that.
Damn.
And it seems to like fold up like an umbrella, and
Damn.
just plunge to the floor and evaporate,
Shit.
moving out of your line of sight. And but you do feel a flutter as it moves back toward the drain.
It's on the move. Like I know I just tossed it back, but give me that. And I steal his sword again, and I hop down the drain. I don't know what the drain is, but
This box here.
I start going down as quick as possible.
Okay, you lift up the drain and are met by this smell of just dampness.
I've been with Jacob for about a week. I'm used to
You're
bad
used to the
smells.
And I think that might be a good spot to leave today's session, with you
Alright.
pursuing this creature down the wine-stained drain into who knows.
Phrasingly into its lair.
That's a great idea. Chase after
Well,
it.
Yeah, I have a good idea for a backup character anyway, so let's I'll not to use it, but
Right.
Cool. Well, I will pop the stream off. Thank you to anyone who has watched or is watching or will watch, and we'll find out what happens and what lies at the bottom of this drain next week. And
Yeah,
also
who knows?
remember that Desmond and I will be streaming Dark Souls on Friday if you want to see more silliness.
yeah, watch a delightful British man learn how to play Dark Souls.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Bye.
Merry